On December 11, 2014, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection began registration of persons 65 years and above on the Eban Elderly Welfare Card. Such persons constitute 6.7% of the country's population. The Eban card is to allow such persons privileges like paying half of transport fares and skipping long queues at hospitals, banks and lorry stations. Targeted communities for the pilot of the project were Choko, La, Mungwa, Ashaman and Nima.
Population aging is a process no longer confined to the industrialized nations. Demographers expect most of the growth of the world's elderly population during the next 50 years to occur in developing countries, including Ghana. This calls for urgent action to develop and implement strategies to address challenges of the elderly, including health, income security, among others. It is against this background that the government of Ghana, under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is implementing the National Aging Policy. This policy has identified many challenges facing the elderly, one of which is access to social services. They have to join very long queues to hospitals, banks, bus terminals, and trust stations, and indeed for other social services. As part of the implementation of this policy, the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, in collaboration with other key stakeholders, including development partners, developed a new card called the Eban Elderly Welfare Card. And Eban, in translation, means a fence, a wall. And to further explain, it means love.
I am actually very delighted to be here with you this morning, and I believe that my minister, Madame Difa Achivo, would have loved to be here with you today. This is a campaign that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama promised and assured our citizens, especially our aging population, that some sort of mitigation will be provided to ameliorate and make them as comfortable as possible in their old age. So I bring you felicitations from the Honorable Minister for Transport. It is an honor for me to be part of the launching of the Eban Elderly Welfare Card. I am actually very delighted and grateful to the organizers for this kind of invitation and opportunity to be part of this all-important ceremony, which is to launch the Eban card for the welfare of the elderly. Elderly people actually have contributed their quota in times past to our nation building, and while they are still alive, it is very important that we as a people put in place measures that will ensure and make them even more comfortable so that we can continue to tap into their rich experience and knowledge in all facets of life and in nation building.
We at the UNFPA are particularly glad that this launch comes at a time when calls at the international level have intensified for quality integrated support to be provided to the elderly in today's challenging global environment. As the Honorable Deputy Minister mentioned earlier, population aging is a phenomenon that has come to stay due to declining fertility rates and increasing life expectancy. This is a trend that is expected to continue in Ghana and the rest of the developing world. The United Nations has therefore sought to draw attention of governments and other stakeholders to the phenomenon of population aging.
At the launch of the Eban Elderly Welfare Card in Accra on January 5, 2015, the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Protection, Nana Oyelitha, said 1,200 cards have already been issued in Greater Accra on pilot basis.
I'm very happy for this very important milestone of the launch of an identity card which will give priority access services for our mothers and our fathers who are aged 65 and above. The government of Ghana is very committed to your welfare. We are a social democratic government, and that is why we have prioritized this social intervention to cater for your needs in your old age. Since we were realigned by His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama, we have mainstreamed issues on gender into our national development agenda. This government has inaugurated a National Advisory Committee on the Elderly to develop a law for the elderly. I'm happy to inform you that progress is underway. We have the drafting instructions, and the Attorney General will be presenting a draft of the aged bill. We are aggressively, as a government, implementing the action plan on the elderly. We have initiated an infrastructure for the elderly within the Ministry of Gender. We have registered 3,650 elderly persons free of charge on the National Health Insurance Scheme, the biometric registration. We are aware that you have challenges with accessing health, so we are negotiating with Ghana Health Service to ensure that we have doctors and nurses who are trained in geriatric care. We want to make sure that you are very comfortable. The card is based on the Adinkra symbol, Eban. It means fence, security, and love, as Honorable John Akon said. You will be able to use this card to mount the Metro Mass and pay only 50%. GPRTU, I'm happy to announce, are also coming on board. We have issued 1,200 of these cards with the support of UNFPA, the Ministry of Transport, and the Metro Mass in La, Choko, Nungwa, Ashiaman, Nima, under a pilot scheme. So this is the Eban card for the elderly from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection of the Government of Ghana, the Eban Elderly Welfare Card. This card will be used by all persons 65 and above in Ghana to access Metro Mass transport services, to get priority access in hospitals, in transport terminals, in banks, and all other public services that are run by the government of Ghana. We're very grateful to His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama for making this a reality. Thank you. The card is duly launched.